Hi everyone, Leanne here from Passionate Paper Creations and Friends, and today we are using a cute image from All Dressed Up. This is a digital image that I printed with my Epson printer. So I'm also using Jaded Blossom's border dies, their Halloween banner dies, their stitch circle dies, their card mat dies, and their word bubble dies, along with the stamp set Bewitchy. So, and I'm also using K & Company's Halloween pad, along with Basil Bing. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I went ahead and I cut out the patterns from that pad. I'm using all the pattern papers from that pad from K & Company. And I'm just adding the striped pattern to the bottom of that card mat die. I cut it out twice, once in the stripe and once in that spider pattern. And then I'm just going to add the stripes to the bottom using my ATG tape. Now, my image from All Dressed Up was colored with Copic markers, and they will all be listed on my blog. I also added some Spectrum Noir Clear Sparkle to the image, just, on her little costume there. And you will see that when I kind of move it around in the light. So just quickly, I'm adding, that is a border die from Jaded Blossom. That's just a straight border. And then I'll be adding that scalloped border on top. And of course, this is a mistake that I left in because, I do that. I make mistakes all the time. So let's talk about the All Dressed Up digital image. It's adorable. Like I said, colored with my Copic markers that'll be listed on the blog. I cut it out with my Brother Scan and Cut with a 0.4 border. So pretty cute. I also pulled out a Secura white Jelly Roll pen and a number 10 for some white highlights and a black glaze pen just for the eyes and the little nose of the cat. So there we go. And I'm just going to trim off the overhang. And then this is when I realized that, I forgot about the moon. So I cut the moon out of that Basil Bling pad, and it's kind of like a peachy, shiny cardstock, but it matched with the striped paper, so that's what I was going for. So I just cut the bottom of it off, just so I could sort of fit the borders, up to where the moon is going to peek out. And this is what happens to me all the time when I'm card creating. I make mistakes, then I have to fix them, then I make another mistake, then I have to fix it again. All of my dies were cut using my Gemini machine. I always cut all my dies with a Gemini machine. It's awesome. So there we go. So now I am adding ATG tape to the back of this card layer. And then I'm going to pop that onto Paper Tray Ink A2 vertical card base. And that was made with Amethyst Allure 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches to give you a vertical A2 size card. And it just matched the purple that I went with. There we go. So I basically came up and found the paper that I wanted to use first, and then I colored my image with Copics to go with the pattern paper. So now I'm stamping the sentiment using VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink, just freehand stamping. You saw that I pulled a little hair off that with my EK Success reverse tweezers. There we go. And that is stamped onto Neenah Desert Storm cardstock. That is what my digital image was printed on, Neenah Desert Storm 80 pound. So now I went ahead and cut those ghosts out using the Jaded Blossoms Halloween banner dies and using my Gemini machine again. And that paper is actually from that same K & Company pad. Now I'm just using my Simon Says Stamp Craft Tacky glue to add my little ghost banner to my card base. You're only going to see a few of these peeking out, and I'll use a couple more as some, decorations on the card, but I'm going to be popping that little witch on top of it. So I'm going to add my little white ghosts. Those were cut out of Paper Tray Ink white cardstock, and I'm just going to glue them down onto the banner. And I've got my little EK Success reverse tweezers to stick those down. So there we go. These are super cute little ghosts from Jaded Blossom. I love them. They're adorable. And how cute is that sentiment? Which way to the treats? I just thought that was perfect for this card. So I'm just going to glue these little ghosties down. And then I will be sticking down this adorable little image of this little girl trick-or-treating and dressed as a witch with her little kitty cat. Because it's too cute from All Dressed Up, actually. Now, you might want to hop on over and check out Passionate Paper Creation and Friends. That is on Facebook. And it's a great place to share your ideas and creations, and we'd love to see what you make. So it's a great place to, share stuff. It's a great community. So now I am adding, I'm going to add this sentiment, but first I'm going to just stack up this word bubble die just to give it a little bit more weight and make things, I don't know, make it be a little bit more sturdy when I pop it up. There we go. And how cute is that? I think it's perfect. And then I will be adding this to my card design once I get my little witch popped up. So I'm going to be using Stampin' Up! Dimensionals and some 3M foam tape here. Nice and easy because you can tear it. There we are. Those are EK Success scissors with a non-stick blade. And now I'm just going to pop on some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. There we go. And how cute is that? I love this little witch. It's super, super cute. So now I'm just popping her up with some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals added to that 3M foam tape there. And you'll notice that I didn't really finish that little ghost garland because it'll be covered up by the witch. So, no point in finishing that completely. And there we go. So easy peasy stuff. Like I said, I cut this witch out using my Brother Scan and Cut with a 0.4 border. I love using that machine for cutting out images. If you don't have a die to cut it out, it's awesome because no more fussy cutting for me. I hate fussy cutting. I hate it, hate it, hate it. But I like using images on cards, so you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So now I am just adding another layer of paper to this little word bubble. And the idea is I'm building up one side and then I will use Stampin' Up! Dimensionals and 3M foam tape or whatever to pop this up. Now it's a crying shame that I've got to cover part of her hat with this sentiment, but I kind of want the word bubble coming sort of from her mouth, so what are you going to do? So there we go. So now I'm just adding on all of my little foam pieces. These are some extras from the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, around the edges and everything. You don't want to throw those out. They work just as well. And there we are. And I'm probably going to have to put on another layer. So I layered up the other side. So everything sits flat. And that's what I want. But of course, you see, I'm going to fart around with this a lot because I can't help myself. This is what I do when I'm creating cards. So now I am going to add a couple of those little ghosts around, around my card design, just for a little bit of oomph, because what's a little witch without some little ghosts? And they're cute ghosts. They're not scary ghosts. So why not, right? So now this is the back of the garland that I cut out with black from that same paper pad from K & Company. And I'm just going to pop my little white ghost onto that background, and then I have little black eyes and mouth. Now, you can cut a little circle. I've done that before using a tiny little circle punch. I'll pop, I'll cut a little circle out of whatever black paper I'm using, and then just glue it onto the back of the white, and then that will fill in the, fill in the little eyes and mouth there. So I've done that before too, which works great. There we go. So how cute is that? Just adorable stuff. Now I'm just going to add a piece of that Neenah Desert Storm 80-pound cardstock to the inside, by 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And now you see I'm going to do that little trick with the little, punching a little hole out of that black paper that I was using. Now that's a tiny little punch. I don't even know what the size is. It's probably not even 1/2 inch, probably 1/3 of an inch, something like that. It's tiny. And I'll just, punch a little hole, and then I will glue that to the back of my little ghosty, and then I can add that to the inside of my card. There we go. See, it's like a little tiny, tiny little, it's just over 1/4 of an inch. It's really small. And then I'm just using my art glitter glue in a tiny little bottle to add a few drops of glue. And then I'll add the little black piece behind, so so that way you can see the eyes and mouth well. I'm going to add a strip of paper from that same pad to the inside of this card base using my ATG tape. There we go. Trying to decide where I'm going to put it. I realize there's a little fuzz there, which is no good. We don't want fuzz on the inside of our card. And there we are. So we're just going to line that up. And then I'll cut off the overhang. And then I will add my little ghost to the inside of the card. Now I'll probably stamp a Happy Halloween. I just didn't at this point. And there we go. How cute is that? Adorable, eh? So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the to Passionate Paper Creations with Friends on Facebook and maybe join in the fun and check out All Dressed Up for some adorable digital images. And don't forget to stop by the Jaded Blossom store to maybe pick up some of these awesome dies and stamps that I've used. So thank you so much, everyone, and we will see you soon in my next video.